welcome to Catholic Nest. So I thought I'd do a video on lots of free home educating resources and some that are lower in price. It's a tough time for everyone at the moment with prices of everything going up, and we're feeling the pinch too. So I thought I'd share some of the free and lower cost things that we are using or have used in the past. Some are online and some are in physical form. So I'll share these bits first, and then I'll share some really useful websites and things and printables. I'll also say that I'm not going to be the one to recommend a load of apps and loads of online programs. That's not really my forte. I'm not very good at using those kind of things consistently. So these are more things that you print off or can buy cheaply and use offline. So the first couple of things to share are the reading pathways and reading phonic pathways. So these are something we've brought for this term. I'm using this as a supplementary resource with my 5-year-old, and this one for reading fluency for my 10-year-old. So these are really good, and you could build a learning to read program just around these. It just takes them through very slowly from the alphabet blending, and then in the reading pathways you kind of learn to read line by line, adding words to it so that you're practicing the same handful of words again and again, and they're getting more fluent as they do it. So don't buy this on Amazon, it's about £33 on there. On eBay it's about £12. Phonics Pathways about £3. So for a whole phonics system that you could reuse, and you don't require writing in the books or anything, you could reuse with all your children, I think that's quite reasonable. So the next thing, something I've shared before, is this complete graded spelling lists for years 1 to 6. So this is the kit spelling lists. I'm currently using this with my 10-year-old, and this has just groups of spelling lists you can use in a traditional way, whichever way you choose. It was under a tenner, I think it was about £8 on Amazon. So we've got Learning to Read with EP. So definitely want to share Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool as a free curriculum you can use online. They also do offline resources which you can purchase on Amazon. I think they only charge for the price of print, so they're very affordable considering what you get. So this was about only £6, great big thick book, and it includes the primer McGuffies and the first McGuffies, I believe. So it takes them through to reading quite well. It's got a big phonics section in the back, as it kind of works from sight words moving on to phonics. So a site that we're using quite a few freebies from this year is the Barefoot Ragamuffin curriculum by Kathy Jo DeVore. My 5-year-old is using her reading and spelling through literature curriculum. If you go on her website, Barefoot Meandering, which I'll show you in a moment, there's links to her Lulu store where you can print off for free a spelling journal amongst a few other things as a PDF. So I've put the older 3, I've all got one of these, I've printed 3 off. I just thought it was quite a good resource. I think she intended it for prepared dictation, but I don't see why you can't use it to suit you in other ways. So it's got 75 basic phonograms in the beginning, spelling rules, which is always handy to have a list of, and then it's got like categories, and you have to, the plan is how I'm going to use this is at the end of the week when they've done their spelling test, they'll put the words they spell correctly in the right part of this journal. So it's got the different rules, so it helps to just reiterate those. So C says sp before E, I and Y, so if they put any words that fitted that here. IE or EI, the different phonogram sounds, final E, silent final E words. So it's like that all the way through. It's not a huge download, but I think it's useful for kind of helping them to grasp the spelling rules. Another thing I've used from her freebies from her Lulu store are her free phonogram cards. Now you need these, I forgot to share them for my 5-year-old's curriculum picks for her reading and spelling through literature, but you need these to go with these. So I printed them off, laminated and put them on key rings, and it's got the different sounds on the back. It also does alphabet cards within that phonogram download. So that's a really nice resource to get some good flashcards for learning to read. Another resource that I've printed from there is she does another lovely curriculum which I've looked at many times called English Lessons Through Literature, which has art study in it, and you can in the workbook it's black and white, but you can print the art in colour online, so for free. So I got one of the art bundles, again no cost other than the cost of printing, or you could use them online. And I'm just going to make an art folder this year that all the children can use at various points. They can choose a painting and they can recreate it, whichever medium they like. So I thought it's another great art resource. Also on the subject of art, I'm of course going to share Cottage Press again. On the Cottage Press website you can get free art packs from numerous artists. It has loads of information, great for Charlotte Mason study, and then it has several pieces of the art by that artist, so great for artist studies, and all free. So this is the Cottage Press website. I have linked it in one of my Cottage Press videos. If you struggle to find it, if you go to their Cottage Press Facebook page, they have a link to it. It doesn't seem to come up in the search engine. But if you go to resources at the top, Cottage Press resources, primer resources, picture study resources, picture study packets, then it will come up with all these artists you can select, and it's very straightforward. You just press on the one you want and it comes up as a printable PDF. So that's Cottage Press. So this is the Barefoot Meandering website. You go to the menu and you go to Reading and Spelling Through Literature. So you'll have see the sample package at Lulu, and that'll take you to her Lulu shop. And from then I just type in free Kathy Jo DeVore, and it'll take you to all her freebies before it takes you to her free samples. That's a really great resource. Some really lovely classical free things online that are just not so well known. Also back on her web page, if you go to freebies, you can get planning pages. You can get planning pages for free here as well. Various different kinds. A great resource we've used quite a bit in the past is the lesson books. They come in 4 or 5 different levels. You can either buy them for about £6 on Amazon, or you can print them off for free from the Mum Delights blog. She also has a great vlog on YouTube with some really good ideas for large families. She has 15 children. So I'll just show you through. So this is the level 2 So there's kind of spelling list. You can do like a whole curriculum with these. There's copy work, space for dictation, lots of doodles, lots of spaces to draw if they're arty, or just doodle if they're not. Yeah, so they're really good, and they vary slightly in level as they go up. So I'll show you her blog. So this is her blog, Mum Delights. So if you go to freebies, it actually has various freebies. So here we've got some different maths freebies, different scheduling ones, things to go with the McGuffies. She really promotes the McGuffie readers as a whole curriculum for English. But you can get the lesson books, which is on the side here. So there's 5, and you can look inside them, buy them on Amazon, or you can print off the different levels and sheets, however many you want. So it kind of shows you the different ones here, level 1, level 2, the different pages included. You can flick through. They're all free to print off. Then she's got your nice examples here of how her children have used them at different ages. So she has loads of different freebies here, lots of different notebooking pages, Christmas themed, history themed, but at the bottom here she has something called Gentle Grammar. Again, she's got these in print on Amazon for about £6, or you can print them off for free on here. So if we click on one, I don't think they're done by grade, I think they're just done by ability, so they just start and work through at their own pace. And she'll use a few at a time, just matching up the right time with the card. Montessori print shop, they're about £2. The Montessori print shop has loads of great resources like that. I do love the Montessori 3-part cards. And on that note, I'm going to share a great resource with you, which is a blog that lets you make your own 3-part cards. So I've made a few from there before, and I can only find a couple of them. So I made some faith-based ones. I think these were the miracles of Jesus. And you can make 2 sets and cut the bottoms off one, and they have to kind of match them up. I think I did one on sacraments, one on saints. These just dug out our church bag. Different things for children to spot in church. We've also got a nicer set, actually cut up as 3-part cards that they can match together and use properly. So Imagine Our Life is the blog that lets you do the DIY Montessori 3-part cards using her template, which is really, really handy. She shows you some of the ones she's made. So you could do this with any unit study if you like Montessori things, or just want some nice flashcards that you could just help design yourself. So she takes you through the process of how to do it. Now I just pinch images off Google because I'm not selling them or anything, I'm just using them for my own purpose. But there's a link somewhere which will take you to the Microsoft template in a moment, and you could then add your own images in. It's very straightforward and very easy to do, and free again. So you'd get something like this, and then you just add your image in and write what you wanted underneath. You print 2 sets, leave one hole, and cut the bottom off the others, and they match them up, sort of Montessori style. So I think it's a lovely resource. So Humble Maths. We just use some of these as a kind of supportive material. We use Matthew C, and we just throw in one of these once in a while, sort of on the side. So these are Humble Math on Amazon. They're literally about £3.50 a book, and you know, they're good sized books, and you basically pick subjects, so they're quite mastery. They have loads of different maths topics, and they're for a nice different age range. You can get 7 to 9, 6 to 11, 10 to 14, so they kind of cover. I like the fact they do age ranges rather than this is year 1, 2, 3, so if you do have a child that struggles a bit, they don't feel like, oh, I'm doing a little children's work, but it probably includes their age in the range as well, and it's just a nice way to do it, home educating. So they're really good quality, nice thick book for the price, and really good for just a bit of extra practice. These are another sort of supportive maths material that's quite good. They do them in different subjects, and they just practice pages. They do give you the chance to time yourself to get quicker. Depends on your child. My eldest loved the fact that he was competing with himself, but my other son got really stressed out with the idea of timing, so we didn't use the timer feature. So yeah, another good solid resource. So this is an easy peasy all-in-one homeschool site. They do free samples, which is definitely worth having a look at. We're using a few of their resources this term, and I have to say I'm really impressed. I really like them. They'll probably pop up a lot more in our home ed as the years go by. So as I say, free to use online, very reasonable book prices offline. If you're looking for a good free phonics program, this looks really good. Treasure Hunt Reading. So it says download complete workbook here. So this is really nice and colourful, and so it's just loading. So it'll give you a big colourful workbook here. So it gives you like a map in the beginning for them to colour different things. As they progress, they colour in a letter, a sound, and so forth, and then they get to colour in books and keys and binoculars as they pass through different levels. So to kind of skip ahead. So it goes through all the alphabet first. So if you didn't need that, you wouldn't need to print that off. It has loads of games, and it kind of has the readers in it. So there's no pictures. You get them to draw their own pictures. But that stops them getting distracted by the pictures and kind of guessing the words. And there's lots of colourful games and activities all the way through. So it's definitely worth a look, totally free. But what's a bit different about these is that you have different videos to go with the lessons. So let's have a look here, for example. So
hi, welcome to journey number 1. I'm so excited to start learning with you. This is our very first lesson in journey number 1.
If we skip ahead, excuse my slightly slow computer.
Your pencil. If you do the same thing but up here, it's pretty hard to control the pencil.
So that's quite unique that it has videos with it, and it's a nice colourful reading program for free. So I thought that was really good. So obviously you can print that out and have it as a physical thing. One of my favourite Montessori. So these are the PDFs. You can buy the different language series. Pink, the easiest, going through blue onto green. They do loads of 3-part cards, loads of sentences by phonogram. Just a couple of £1 each for the PDF, and there's pages of them. I won't go on too long, my storage isn't the best. A couple of Catholic resources, Catholic handwriting books from crusadersforchrist.com. Spelled like this. There's loads of different copyworks and things like that. I've got these from there, I think it was the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass study guide. This is really nice. Loads of information on the Mass, really detailed. We don't use it as a workbook, just as teaching discussion. And there's this First Holy Communion catechism printing practice book, which again just use it. And this is another good site for the Lady of the Rosary. This does video catechism lessons which you can sign up to. Running out of space now, so I'm trying to go a bit quicker. And then one last one. 1/2 Acre Wood. This is the web address. It has a post here for printable world atlas. We use these for tracing different continents, and they can label them afterwards. They're really nice, simple maps, and they can vary in detail and colour depending what you want from them. So they can start very simply and then add the different things. So that's a really great geography resource. Another good resource is the Easy Peasy readers. They're really thick and they're a year's worth of assigned reading for around between £6 to £8. Often pop up on eBay for less. So I haven't got a lot of storage left, so I'll just quickly mention a couple of other ones that you could look into. Good and the Beautiful, I think most people know they do free language arts and maths. Khan Academy and Prodigy Maths are online maths programs that are free. There's another free curriculum that I don't know much about called Plain and Not So Plain. Of course you have Ambleside Online and Mater Amabilis for Charlotte Mason. It just depends how cheaply you can get the big book lists for. Also, obviously library sales when they're selling off old books, and online second-hand books like Awesome Books, Aid Books, Book Depository, World of Books. There's also a site called 66 Books where you can get very cheap books new, which is worth a look at. So I hope that's been helpful. There's so much more than I could ever fit in one video. Do let me know if you'd like more videos like this. I'm sure I could pull together another one if it was useful. Thanks very much for watching, and please consider subscribing to support my channel.